So there is the Michelin Pilot, and as you can see, I did a perpendicular incision. This tire is pure rubber. It has very little steel belts. It has a radial. It has radial belts, and it's very easy to cut. But the circular saw is the fastest. The circular saw with a metal blade is the fastest one. The Z8 by Metzler, which is my favorite tire, has steel belts throughout the whole tire. But if you can see, now this tire is literally almost impossible to dismount or put on by hand manually. The people that put it on even told me that this tire was a problem, and it sealed. It actually sealed 2 months after it got mounted, the pop. So it is a troublesome tire, and at this point I don't want to fix it anymore, so I'm gonna cut it, even though there's a lot of tread on it. But the perpendicular incision right there took probably 50% of the tension off the bead and the sidewall, which made breaking the bead almost, just stepping on it. Once that incision is made, and you can see how far down, once you do that perpendicular and put a cutting tool or a bolt cutter right there, I mean, it just eats right through it. It's pure rubber. All it is rubber. And then on that final cut right here, this is where that thick, it's like a 1/2 inch steel rod. I'm going to have to use the cutoff tool and make that final incision. Now, it's already off the rim. The reason why you do that incision is to break the bead and get it off the rim on one side. Now, on a machine, it will damage the rim, and it will probably not. It's difficult even on a machine. But once you make that incision right here and cut that belt, it just peels right off. You don't even need a tool. You can do it by hand. Just peel it right off. So it was a good idea to make that incision right there, all the way to the other end, and the whole tire just collapsed in the center. It basically just collapsed when you're breaking the bead, and when you're, it was ridiculous. Let's put it this way. What would take an hour maybe took a minute, a minute or two just to take it off the rim. So if you're having problems with any tire doing it manually, this is where the hard part is, right there, that last steel belt on the side. But that Harbor Freight cutoff tool will eat through it in probably less than a minute. So if you're having trouble putting a tire on manually or taking it off, it's frustrating, or you don't want to scratch your rims, or you're fighting it and fighting it and fighting it, and you're bending and damaging stuff, just cut the tire, make an incision perpendicular, one right there, and go perpendicular to it, and then also one straight in the center there to release the tension, and this whole tire will collapse. I mean, it just collapses in, and there's just no tension on any area of it.